Salibonani, greetings. My name is Bekezela Mguni, a journalism and media student. Ngiyalamukela with the Girls Table podcast. This is a podcast that allows young women a platform to share their experiences on issues that affect them. Namhlanje I'm with Paida Moyo and sifuna ukukhuluma about the challenges that people with disability face when participating in electoral processes, especially when going to register to vote or when it's time for elections. Hi Paida, can you just introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Bege. My name is Paida and I'm a disability inclusion practitioner.
Thank you Paida, ngiyabonga ukuthi ube khona. Umbuzo wami usekuthini, what are the challenges that people with disability face when going to register to vote or when it's time for elections?
Bege, people with disabilities we face a lot. Siqale ngakho vele sikhulume accessibility to the polling stations. Indawo lana ikhatshana from abantu abakhubazekileyo. Singananzelela futhi it's not even ayikho accessible ngaze ufike khona ngale akula ma ramps for umuntu ole wheelchair. So imagine hamba nge-wheelchair, umuntu somele amphakamise ku-wheelchair laphana through ama steps wonke lawana uthi ngifike ngiregister ukuvota, siphinde siyehle futhi. And let us also put it in mind ukuthi lapho engihlala khona le polling station kukhatshana okungakanani. Sifake futhi transport khonapho because the transport we pay is not for free. Imagine ngiphuma all the way from Culture Park ngisiya as far as Famona ngasikhuluma lapha eBulawayo. Then bese ngicabangela futhi laba abanye abakhubazekileyo abasemakhaya ukuthi how are they accessing, imagine le wheelchair or le crash, and abanye bangikhona abalawo ama walking devices. Sijule futhi kakhulu because our disabilities are different. Mina I have a disability, a genovarum, a severe genovarum, that's both legs. I can manage to walk but not long distances. Imagine someone who do not see, umuntu visually impaired. Kuzamele umuntu wana ambalele yonke into and then amtshela ukuthi asayine ngaphi and all that. Umuntu lamele ahambe lo assistant and sometimes asiwo bonke abathola ama assistants abantu abasizayo. So I feel like ukuthi khona ngale ama station okuregister khona ukuvota akula inclusion ethe qaqa, because akula muntu ongafike encedisa umuntu okhubazekileyo kwampana, you know, because it's different to deal with people with disabilities. Bala silama emotions. If we feel like people are visually impaired, they sense a person ukuthi lo kanjani lo uhamba njani. Do you understand? You know, that's why we say disability is somehow it is complicated. We need people who actually understand when I talk about disability issues. And this could me futhi those abale hearing impairment. We need braille. I haven't seen braille kuma registration polls ngali. I visited one in Famona, in Wange I visited one again. There are no brailles there. Already we've got discrimination. Already akula inclusion lab. Already says abantu abale disability says chiwa emuva. Do you understand? So I feel like we are excluded because we cover a vast number of population here in Zimbabwe, people with disabilities. At the same time, we cannot access our polling stations. There is discrimination, language barrier, and abanye balama disabilities actually now, you know, behavioral disabilities. We've got many disabilities that varies, you understand. So mas kangela if ama polling stations kuswa lezinto ezinjalo it's not disability friendly, and vele about disability few of them they are trained for that. Akula staff trained for that.
Okay, thank you Paida. Ngiyakuzwa izinto eziningi ozikhulumayo. Ukhulume ngokuthi wena ama disabilities abantu awafani. For example, ukhulume ngokuthi kulomunye umuntu oyabe engaboni, kulomunye umuntu oyabe engakhuluma, umuntu lwana udinga ukuncediswa. And I heard ukhuluma la ngokuthi some people, especially those who are visually impaired, they can sense ukuthi umuntu lo nowubeke kafuna ukuncedisa, you know. So what do you think should be done to overcome the challenges that people with disability face when going to register to vote or during elections?
Well, what I feel it should be done is this has to be done from the wards itself. Because since people with disabilities will be voting for a certain person and we are coming from certain places, from our wards, from our communities where we stay, I feel like the councillors, the ward councillors, from our communities, kube yibo abakwanisa ukusi-organizela i-transport. Kube le mobilization offer transportation. No, because every councillor knows ukuthi in his or her ward there's a record of people, right? Adults, children, and people with disabilities. Ebe kwazi kulabantu abakhubazekile abangaka, house number 1 ngababuyi besithatha abantu abakhubazekileyo sihambe siyoregister ukuyovota. Because siyafuna but sehluleka, and njalo futhi our guardians kamele befundiswe bebe le know how, be encourage ukuthi no, that we've got the right, because kulabanye black know akula ndawo yafike evotini, and what do you know? Do you think your voice will be heard? You understand? Because abanye abale disability, they are under the guidance of other people. So those people again, they need to be educated. Bebe kwazi ukuthi no, abantu abakhubazekileyo lawo balawo amalungelo ohamba ukuyovota. So I feel ukuthi it has to start from ward level. From ward level, mobilizing people with disabilities, taking us to the polling stations. Then from the polling stations assist khona ngale, we get assistance. Braille, as I just said, there's no braille there. For abale hearing impairment, they can also be helped. You know, umuntu lo muntu wakhe amzwisa ngcono. From kuma wards yaphuma le umuntu wakhe uyancedisana khona ngale. Then the job is done. The right of a person with disability is fulfilled. Then we go back home.
Okay, thank you, Paida. Ngiyakuzwa izikhalazo zakho. And then my other question is, do you think in voter education, people with disability are included? You talked about people who are visually impaired, hearing impairment. Do you think voter education, those people are included, especially kuloku yenziwa ama-road shows? Uthole kuthiwa kwesinye isikhathi sisebenzisa imic ukuhamba simemeza emalokishini ukuthi sitshela abantu, for example, nge-mobile voter registration. Do you think people with disability, when we are doing voter education, labo ba included yini? If not, or if yes, it's okay. What do you think should be done for you guys to feel with even voter education? Lathi man siyingxenye yohlelo lolo lokuregister ukuvota.
Okay, to start with that, we are not included there because njengoba singichilo la uzwisisile ukuthi people with disabilities, we react differently. We have got our own people. Makube la umuntu ozabe disability friendly in those voters registration awarenesses, because abanye bahamba ngezimoto bekhuluma, abanye ke sense one, you know, all those awareness. Makube labantu, if I say umuntu, I'm limiting the availability or the accessibility. Makube labantu abazabe be disability friendly, who be trained for sign language, who be trained bebe lama brailles befundisa abantu abakhubazekileyo nge-voters registration, and bese encourage ukuthi lathi sihambe siyovota sibe kwazi vele kwenzakalani, kube labantu aba-disability friendly. And if that will be done, trust me, we will be an inclusivity community, you know, will be included. Kuyabe kumnandi kuphileka nje in this country ukuthi no, we are there.
Paida, ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uthi wena impilo ingaba mnandi when you guys are included. I believe ukuthi registering to vote allows us a chance to participate in decision-making processes. So despite the challenges that you face, ngicela a message to that person with disability, othi mina I won't go and register to vote because I don't feel included. Uyabo.
People with disabilities, I'm a person with a disability, ngithi asambeni siyovota, register ukuvota. Ask that one person from home or wherever who can help you to access our polling stations, to help you ukuvota, please, so that sibe included in decision making, sibe included, yabona. I want us to be included, so that to be included in all spheres of decision making. Who knows? You might be the counselor of our future. You know, the future counselor. You might not know. So your vote, your voice.
Thank you so much, Paida. I hope someone out there will be touched by your message and feel the need to go and register to vote. To people with disability, I know there are challenges that you guys face, but remember, if you go and register to vote, it allows you a chance to actively participate in decision-making processes. Sibe included as people with disability.
And you didn't ask me one question. Am I a registered voter?
Did you register to vote, Paida?
I registered to vote.
Would Paida register to vote?
Yes.
So guys, let's go and register to vote, because your vote is your voice. Thank you so much, Paida, for taking time out of your busy schedule to share the experiences that people with disability face when going to register to vote. I hope someone out there would listen to this and feel the need to do something. Thank you so much.